Hello my lovies, welcome to my channel. Those who are new, welcome. Those who have been with me on this journey, please continue. Guys, like, subscribe, follow, comment, ask questions, whatever. My name is Connie, aka Coco. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm an admitted attorney of the High Court. On today's topic, we'll be talking about my admission, the process that I had to go through in order for me to be admitted. Guys, like I said, like, follow, subscribe, guys. Help this girl grow. Without any further delay, let's get into it. Guys, if you think getting articles is hard, well, admission is also as hard. Notice of motion, which I uploaded on Court Online in order for me to get a case number. After getting a case number, I then did my founding affidavit, and then my principal did her confirmatory affidavit. With these two affidavits, notice of motion, my founding affidavit, and the confirmatory affidavit of my principal, those documents were commissioned. I then uploaded the said document on CaseLine. You know, you create sections on CaseLine. I uploaded those documents with index and pagination. After uploading, I then contacted the High Court to see if they can give me a date. The date was emailed to me. I did all this in August, if I'm not mistaken, and I was given the date of the 27th. Remember, your documents must sit for 30 days for inspection with the Legal Practice Council. So I got a case number. After I got a case number, now I had to pay the Legal Practice Council admission fee, which was 530 Rand. I paid that. I then created bundles. I created 4 bundles. Those bundles consisted of my founding affidavit with my annexures. My annexures included things like my ID, my matric certificate, my degree, my PLT attendance certificate. Those things were my annexures to my founding affidavit, because you have to comply with certain rules before they can even look at your application, before the LPC can look at your application. So each paragraph will deal with a certain rule, like a rule in terms of which did you comply and finish your matric? Yes. Did you comply and finish your degree? Yes, you will write, I finished my degree in compliance with rule so and so. I finished my degree in this year. I studied law for this period. I therefore declare that I have complied with the said rule. There are different rules. You have to go through all those rules. Guys, please don't make the same mistake that I made. I got a precedent from a friend and I copied and pasted without even reading those rules, only to find out that I did not comply with one of the rules. A rule was based on a foreign nationality who wants to be admitted. I didn't change that. I just put my ID and everything, but the rule was talking about foreign, was not talking about South African citizen. So guys, it's very important to go through your rules. So my founding affidavit had all those annexures, and then also it had a receipt. I also attached the receipt to show that I have paid the required amount, which was 530. It also had the email from the High Court, which shows that I have been allocated a date. I had to make 4 bundles. I also had to fill in the form. You can download it from the LPC website for admission, or when you get to the Legal Practice Council in Pretoria, they will also give you a copy to fill and to attach to your bundle. So I then drove to Pretoria to go and serve them personally. I had 4 bundles. They took 3 bundles, which they stamped. They also stamped my bundle that I have as proof that I have submitted what is required. They stamped each and every page. Thereafter, guys, it was a waiting gate. Also, before I forget, I've noted some of the things that I did. Before I forget, in my notice of motion, I had to ask for condonation. The reason I asked for condonation is because I did not comply with Rule 22151. What is that rule? That rule is about a company. I, unfortunately, like many of us who do not go through the rules, reason being, we get too excited because we struggle to get our articles. We get so excited that we forget to go through all the rules. I did not go through all the rules. That rule says that if you have a company, you have to ask for permission from the Legal Practice Council to say that you are serving your articles and you have a company in your name, which will not interfere with your articles. I did not do that. And also, the reason I did not do that is because I forgot about this company. This company was dormant. I opened this company in 2019. I got my articles in 2021, late 2021. So I forgot about the company. I did not follow on the rule. I did not disclose. It's only met my articles when I saw posts in Facebook that I learned about this rule 22151. And by then it was too late for me because I had already registered my articles. I had not asked for permission from the Legal Practice Council. So in my notice of motion, I had to apply for condonation so that they can condone my non-compliant with Rule 22151. And also in my founding affidavit, I had to explain the companies and I had to explain why I did not comply. My principal, on her confirmatory affidavit, she had to confirm that she did not know about the company because indeed she did not know. And also she had to confirm that that company did not disturb my articles in any way, and also that that company was not operational because I was always at work. So I had to ask for that condonation. Fast forward, I took my 4 bundles to Pretoria, like I said before. Now it's a waiting game. Why is it a waiting game? Now my documents go for inspection. This is the most stressful period, especially because I had a non-compliant situation. So I was just waiting to see if the LPC is going. The reason you're also giving these documents, I know it's an expert application, but the reason you include LPC because the LPC has to load your certificates that you have passed all your 4 board exams. They also have to file a letter of no objection. Now, your documents go for inspection in order for them to inspect and to see that you have complied with all the rules for admission and that all your documents are in order. Believe you me, you cannot cheat them because they conduct their own investigation. If you do not disclose that you have companies, they will find out that you have companies. If you do not disclose, your companies were operational or not operational, they will find out. So it is very important that you are honest in your documents. So mid-September, I think late September, towards month end of September, I then received queries from LPC. Guys, why I received queries from LPC? You have to be in touch with current affairs in the legal sphere, your gazette. In my documents, one of the paragraphs I had written, it is not gazetted by the minister for me to do voluntary work. Therefore, this is not applicable to me. which the wording was totally wrong. At the time of me doing my articles, the minister had changed. It is now a requirement to do your voluntary work. However, that will only be operational from 2024, I think in February. So my wording should have been, the minister has gazetted that voluntary work should be complied with. However, this will only be operational in 2024. Therefore, it is not applicable to me. That is the right wording that I should have used. But instead, I used old precedent that the minister did not gazette, which was a lie because the minister had gazetted. That was a query that I had to deal with. Another query, the second query that I mentioned earlier, guys, I copied and pasted. The precedent I used was a precedent used by someone who was not born in South Africa, who was seeking admission as a South African citizen in terms of neutralization. So that part, the part where it speaks about your nationality, that rule was speaking about foreign. So I did not change that rule. Instead, I just added my ID number. Say, I, Jacob, good girl with ID number so and so and so and so and so, so born in South Africa, hereby have complied with the said rules. But that specific rule was not talking about a South African citizen. But that was one of the query which I had to correct. Another query that I had to correct in my documents was the issue of the companies. I had to explain why I did not, in a supplementary affidavit, I had to explain why I did not comply with Rule 22151. If whether I had disclosed to my principal that I had a company, whether that company is operational or not operational, whether that company did interfere with my articles, I had to rediscuss all that in my documents. Guys, they look for silly mistakes because as an attorney, you have to draft your documents, you have to proofread, you have to give somebody to proofread. Small mistakes. I remember there's a mistake where I wrote I was born 1982, so, but I did not write that at the time of me making this application, I am 41 years of age. They queried that you've given us your ID number, but you have not told us how old you are. So your funding affidavit has to be detailed. So now because they have queried all those things to remedy my situation, also guys, have a good relationship. Whoever that emails you from Legal Practice Council, that is the person that will be dealing with your documents. So it is very important that if there's anything you do not understand, anything that is not clear from the email that they have sent you, to contact them or email them. Believe you me, they respond. They are very effective in that regard. They respond. So now I had to draft my supplementary affidavit. My principal had to draft a confirmatory supplementary affidavit. For my principal, it was to confirm that the company did not interfere and she did not know that I had a company. On my side, the supplementary affidavit, I had to address those issues that were raised by the Legal Practice Council, which were non-compliant with the rule, the age thing, all those things that they had asked me to do. But the beauty about this, I did not have to serve them personally. I had to email it to the person that emailed me the queries. That is the person that was dealing with my documents at the Legal Practice Council. After emailing, I then had to attach the email of the query, Also my supplementary affidavit, and also the supplementary confirmative affidavit of my principal. Upload that on Caseline. Create sections. First section, email query from Legal Practice Council. I upload that document. Thereafter, section 2, my confirmatory affidavit. I upload that, section number 2. Section number 3, I then upload my principal's confirmatory affidavit. That is section number 3. Guys, it is very important to also get an advocate. Advocate Nchana is the one that was pushing my admission. Advocate Nchana, you can search him. He has helped so many people with admission. He helped me because sometimes especially when you're coming from being a candidate attorney, all that you are mostly exposed to is magistrate courts, and we do not know much of the high court directives. That is where the advocate came through for me, because Legal Practice Council also said they will not be helping you with your documents. Theirs is to check and see that you're compliant. The rest you have to do with your advocate. Guys, it's a process. It did not end there. After uploading that, I jumped. Before that, back in the days when you were being admitted, all you had to declare was that you do not have a criminal record. The LPC on their side, they will then investigate that for themselves. But however, when they gazetted for the volunteering work, they also said that you have to attach your criminal record to prove that you do not have any criminal record. Guys, immediately when I learned of this, while I still had not received queries from LPC, I went to SAPS. I then applied for my clearance certificate. I took my fingerprint, I paid. I was admitted on the 27th. I only got the results yesterday that I must collect my certificate. So with SAPS, it's a delay. If you are still writing your board exams left with one subject, two subject, do the clearance certificate now, because it will take forever to get to you. Because I did not have my clearance certificate from South African Police Services, I then went to Postnet. I paid 310 Rand to get a clearance, something that shows that I do not have. I cannot say it's a SAPS clearance certificate because it's not. It's just a profile on me that shows that I do not have any convictions on my name or any cases against me. I paid 310 and it was delivered to me. It was emailed to me within 5 hours. I had to attach that, and I also had to upload that on Caseline, that I do not have any criminal record. Now, after all that has been done, and before admission, there are certain documents you have to upload 2 days or 5 days before. You have to make sure that they are uploaded. Those documents were, I had to get an authentication affidavit, the authentication affidavit from my principal. This is to confirm that everything, because now, remember, now it's Caseline. Everything is, you submit all your documents online. So I had to get a authentication affidavit from my principal to say that she has checked all the documents, she has seen my original, she confirms that the copies that I have submitted, she has signed off the original documents. After that, I then had to do a notice of set down, which I emailed to the person that was dealing with my documents, and I attached that email to the notice of set down and filed it, sectioned it, and uploaded it on Caseline. I uploaded the authentication affidavit. Thereafter, I uploaded the notice of set down. The notice of set down to show that I have notified LPC that the matter will be on in court. You know what is the notice of set down. Also, Legal Practice Council also uploaded my certificate to say that I have passed 4 board exams, and they also uploaded a letter of no objection saying that I have dealt with all the queries that they had, and they have investigated and verified everything, and they are satisfied that I am a fit and proper person, that they do not have an objection to the court issuing an order for me to be admitted as an attorney of the High Court. That was filed by the LPC. Thereafter, I had to upload a draft order. After uploading a draft order, I had to also upload a practice note. Guys, I'm not going to take credit for all this. Draft order, practice notes, all those things I did not know about because I did not read the High Court directives. Those I was assisted by my advocate Nchana. He guys, he was phenomenal. This process is stressful, but he made it seem so simple. But I could see when I was in court that it's not as simple as it looks. With the practice note, you address all the issues that there might be, what your case is all about, what issues that were there, how they were sorted, all those. It's like you're summarizing the case for the judges. He did that, the practice note, which was uploaded. All this I think I did on Tuesday, and my admission was only these 3. I did them on Tuesday. The rest you have to do them as early as possible. The practice note, the notice of set down, the draft order, I did them on Tuesday. I uploaded them on Tuesday, and my admission was on Friday. Then came the day, the 27th of October. My family was making a fuss. I was thinking, come on, guys. It's just an admission. It's nothing. There were 19 of us. 19 of us being admitted on that day in front of Judge Twala and Judge Fisher. It was very emotional. There were mistakes, guys. That is why I cannot stop stressing going through your documents, asking those who have been admitted how do you tackle such issues, proofreading, because it is so embarrassing when you are before judges and there are defects in your documents. Make sure that you and your advocate, you go through everything together so that you are aware of issues that may arise. Guys, there were 2 people in our admission that nearly did not get their admitted because of mistakes. There was one who made a mistake, a typing error of born 1917. It was an issue. The dress code. Guys, they are very strict on the dress code. You cannot robe half. There were people that they were told that we will not proceed if you're properly dressed. You cannot robe half. If you put a bib on, you put a gown, you robe. You cannot have a bib and a jacket just like I am having now and that's it. No, you must have the full attire. You cannot have a gown without a bib on. To be safe, guys, when I was admitted, I just had my suit on. I did not have my robe. I did not have my bib because I just did not want mistakes. And also, I was not clear about the dress code. However, it is black and white. It looks professional. It looked beautiful. My case was called. I was number 3 on the roll. Number 3, the nerves. My advocate confidently stood up and presented my case. And the judge said she is so admitted and condoned for the non-compliance. Remember the issue of condone? Thereafter, I was called. I took an oath to swear to uphold the Constitution of the Republic and all that. And then I signed and we sat down. When everybody was done with this process, we were all called, all 19 of us. We made a line like this in front of the judges. Guys, I cried throughout. It was very emotional. That judge, the female judge, Miss, I don't know if it's Miss or Mrs. Fisher, she read the Constitution, the preamble, and it touched my soul. She spoke about how privileged we are, that we are enjoying the rights that the people before us did not enjoy. It took me back to my grandfather who passed away in 1993, a year before he could vote. A year before he could vote, he did not enjoy what I enjoyed, and yet he fought. And yet he was part of the struggle. My grandfather is Frank Hlajwane Lisufi. Guys, I cried. It was so emotional. I cried from the beginning to the end when we were all in line, and she was reminding us that it's not as simple as it looks. We've worked hard to reach this. And it's true. You study, you know, when you do law, they make it so simple, like, hey, you get your LLB degree and you're done. It's not like that. I studied through UNISA for 5 to 6 years because I started part-time to get my degree. After getting my degree, I had to secure articles, which I served for 2 full years. During that 2 full years, I did night school, law school. After that, I then had to do my admission. Guys, it's not a child's play, and it is worth celebrating. So guys, that brings me to the end of my video. If you have any questions, please feel free to email or ask in the comment section. Guys, please do not forget to follow, like, and subscribe. And if possible, I will link a founding affidavit, notice of motion, all those documents in the link or comment box. I will link that so that you guys, if you're having problems, you can go through. And I emphasize, do not copy and paste. If it says Rule 22151, go to Rule 22151 and read what is that all about. The rules can be found on the Legal Practice Council website. I will also link the website so that you guys can go through, or I will link the document itself for rules and regulations. So guys, thank you. I am an admitted attorney of the High Court. And with that, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Subscribe, like, and follow. Help this girl grow. Mwah, 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 mwah. My lovies, thank you very much. Bye.